Oh, wow. What a statement. You may be the first person who said it like that. Damn. Damn.
All right, just hanging out in Cody Rhodes' hotel room.
Yeah.
Thank you for making this happen.
No, thank you. And if you can't tell, there's a great view.
Yeah.
But we had to turn the couch around, but it's magnificent. Miami, whew.
You're living the gimmick, though. You are in the best hotel in Miami.
With the center view, too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. You have the best view that maybe we'll show you after, but yeah, you do have the best view
Good
here.
view. Roger Goodell is next door, I think.
Like in the room next door?
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
I mean,
You heard him
I
like
kind of created that. I heard a voice on the balcony, and it sounded a lot like him, and I saw him last night, so I'm going to say it was him.
Was he yelling about some teams?
No,
Like,
what a friendly guy.
Oh.
Yeah. I kept saying I'm a big fan, and I don't think he understood what I was saying. Like, I'm an NFL huge fan, and it's freaking Roger Goodell. It was cool.
It's obviously very timely that we're talking, not just because Double or Nothing is on Saturday, but yesterday was 3 years to the day that you were asked for your release from WWE.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did you ever imagine when you asked for that release that any of the stuff that you've done in the last 3 years would have happened?
No. And you know how you have an idea as to what your goals are and things you want, places you want to go?
Yeah.
I probably had 10 different things in mind, and none of them included this situation we're in now. And that's how unprecedented this situation is now. And it really is. The more people, like yourself who know about wrestling, this is crazy. It's only going to happen here and now. So
yeah.
Trying to kind of soak it in and enjoy it and just be in the zone from the Turner up fronts and that TNT announcement, ITV and the freaking UK, man, it's good. It's a good time, man.
Are you able to step back from it and kind of realize the magnitude of what this is?
So it's not missed on me in terms of how big this is, but I just want to ride the high until obviously there's an epic. I'm due for an epic crash. I don't know what it is, some sort of scandal, something. Who knows? But it's just it keeps going. And me and DDP has been a real good mentor to me, and he is that every day. He's like, I cannot believe this is happening. And he was on TNT and millions of viewers with WCW, and seeing it happen because I told him, hey, it's a real thing. You just stay tuned. And
yeah.
I don't think anyone believed us until. Actually, TNT put out that first tweet with the fire. Man.
The very Nitro-esque fire.
So we're all in the van and we're getting pumped up to go to this media, and I was tying Matt Jackson's tie, and then Brandy just randomly goes, "Oh, TNT tweeted." We never got to control it. They just did it, and it was such a good, cool thing to see that they supported it. I was excited, yeah.
Well, they should. This is going to be the biggest show on their network, I think, this fall.
I hope so. I'm really looking forward to because one of the things sitting there at the Warner Media upfronts, it's actually really educational because they're talking about the multi-platform use of not only your viewers directly on the network, but your viewers on the streaming service, your viewers with Bleacher Report, and driving them to kind of keep the wheel going was really exciting and up our in line with what we already do. As disruptors, we went from disruptors to kind of being in the system ourselves, and it's perfect. I'm excited about it.
How long do you think until we find out the date of your launch, how long your show is, if you guys are going to be live, all that good stuff?
It's really likely the show's going to be 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot. In terms of the schedule, we'll find out probably in the next few months for sure, and it'll be in a great spot to be in prime time on TNT. They've really set us up.
Yeah.
And now you've got to go, and the big thing we want to deliver is the bell and the sports centric. And is that my phone?
It's okay.
Oh, son of a... Who is it?
Tony, come on, just text him in the middle of this interview.
Freaking out. Don't do the interview.
What did you just... You said... Oh, my God.
he can hear it all, man.
He can.
No, but yeah, we should find out in the next few, probably the next few months. Another thing that's really cool is you'll be able to find out, per market where we're going to be, because we're going to go all around. This isn't going to be something that's just stationed in one
So you won't
spot.
have a home base like Impact had the Impact Zone.
Oh no, man! This is a touring brand. We're
Wow.
going. I mean, we're really, no pun intended, going all in on the concept of it, and it's so special because we're not doing a live event system. So when we come, we're bringing our absolute best, from match quality to star quality. Boom.
And is it going to be live on those when you those shows?
I feel like I'm giving away a lot of information.
Yeah, there is a lot.
But I
of
do
info.
think. Did Tony already say it? I 2 hours live.
There we go.
Yeah.
And are we going to see a belt maybe on Saturday? They're not belts, a championship?
So, in a weird way, I always understood what Vince meant when he was like, "Oh, they're not, belts hold your pants up." Like, I got it, but I've said title, I've said championship a few times in our little circle now, and everyone's really adamant that we say belt. So it's like now we're pushing back against it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think on Saturday there is the chance. That you might see the greatest world championship title that's ever been created, and there's also a chance I might have showed him a picture of it before this interview. He might have got a sneak peek.
I saw it.
Who knows?
How much can I say about how awesome it is?
Just how awesome it is.
Yeah.
Just how it's really great. Every day they kind of, the progress shots have been cool, and I'll be able to see it. I'm not guaranteeing it will be there Saturday. That was a wink.
I saw that.
But I'm excited about it, and we're actually the Battle Royal, the stakes of the Battle Royal, getting that opportunity to potentially wrestle for the World Championship, it's just every match has, high stakes placed on it. Good stuff.
This seems like, kind of coincidentally, the perfect week for you guys to be launching. Wrestling fans are very upset with the product.
Let's find out who's texting.
Okay, let's find out who's texting.
Let's find out
see.
who
It just
has-
keeps dinging.
Who is so disrespectful.
Yeah.
Where is that sucker?
It's over here somewhere.
Let's find out who did it.
And then read them out loud. Let's see who
Bet
this
it's
is.
Brandy.
Well, that could be important. Now we don't know where your phone is.
Now we don't know where the phone is, gang.
Wow.
Hang in there, guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Bed sheets.
We're going to show all this, too. It's over here.
It's over here.
It's over here. Is it in the trash?
No way. That would be a clear sign I've lost my mind. It is over here, though.
It's over here.
Right? Or is it outside? Guys, we're so close.
Jeez. Wow.
We're close.
Is it behind the curtains, maybe?
Is it in this couch? Yes.
Oh, we found it, guys.
found it.
We found it.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Already.
That's a lot of text.
Yeah, we're going to read them all.
Okay, let's see who we got here.
We're going to read them all. Okay.
Wow, that's a lot.
The guy who makes my boots.
They've been delivered.
They've been delivered, which means pay me.
Great.
Mandy said that you got about 20 minutes.
Okay, that's me, yeah.
Nick Jackson.
I've heard of him.
Can you film just 5 seconds of you traveling to Vegas? I'm going to get everyone to do it, and it'll be cold open for Monday's BTE. Now you know.
Wow.
Nick's furious.
Okay, yeah.
And then Jeff, the Team to Road to Double or Nothing. Are we doing noon Eastern or noon Pacific? Oh, man. Go. You know what I'm going to tell all these people?
What?
Just go with your heart.
There's the answer.
When they ask questions, that's my new answer to questions that seem like is just, what does your heart tell you?
The best thing about that is you just read those texts and didn't respond to any of them.
Well, I'm going to get back to him. Where I rudely had to interrupt the interview, I haven't got back to Zack Ryder sent me a text 3 months ago. I still haven't got back to
He'll
it.
watch this. Yeah.
I love him. If it doesn't have a question mark, if it's not really pertinent, we're good. And I'm going to film that stuff for Nick. For sure.
Of course you will.
Yeah.
But it is coincidentally the best week because the wrestling fans are they're fed up. And with what happened at Money in the Bank with Brock and this 24/7 title, it's like you have the best timing for this.
I only saw a picture of the 24/7 title, and then this isn't meant to be facetious in any way. I'm curious because I didn't watch. Did Brock climb the ladder?
Yeah, he was not officially in the match.
But he did climb it.
He climbed it, and then like you could tell he was kind of nervous, and he thought he was on the rung he needed to be on, and was like, I gotta climb up one more rung.
8 foot, 10 or 12, do you know?
I don't know.
Probably an 8.
But yeah.
You've wrestled before,
I
right?
have, yeah.
And
I've
just so
never
you guys
had a
know,
ladder match.
An 8-foot ladder in an arena looks great. In a stadium, it's got to be 10 or 12. Otherwise, it looks super small.
Wow.
Which means the bump is just terrible. Yeah.
Well, you saw the belt. What'd you think of it?
The 24/7 belt.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
We're talking about such a nice one. Sometimes, what is it? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
It is. Yeah.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
There it is.
Well, Mick looked great.
Yeah, he does.
Mick looked great.
He's been doing that DDP yoga.
Who hasn't been doing it? So he's a lifelong friend, mentor, helped me considerably. Him and Dusty were tight. I was in the original DDP or Yoga for Regular Guys book. I've never done the current program.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the last holdout.
He just sent me a link so I can do it. I'm actually going to do in the future when I have some more time, because I've been doing a lot with the actual TV show I host and these interviews. I'm going to do 90 days doing DDP yoga every single day for 90 days to see the transformation.
What's your goal there?
The goal is to get ripped.
That's it.
And be flexible. Like I can.
That's a pretty fair goal because you can
touch my toes.
Yeah.
But I think I'd really be able to touch my toes.
Has Dallas ever done the thing where he grabs his foot and holds it?
Yeah. It's not impressive.
He used to do it at a lot of meetings and stuff, and I thought, not every crowd is for this. Some crowds are for it, but he's the best, man. Love him.
When we talked last time, we talked a lot about how you were just Cody in Ring of Honor, and you're like, but I actually do own the last name Rhodes, and you're like, but I have a good relationship with WWE, and I don't want to mess things up. Do you still have a good relationship with them?
I would think I do, but it's dawning on me I likely don't, if that makes any sense. I would think we were still, I learned a lot there. I had a great time. I met my wife. I got to wrestle some of the best. Taker was still pretty active. I got to be in there with Taker. Sean was active. Got to be in there with Sean and Hunter himself. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm not too well received.
Well, you're the enemy now.
Oh, wow. What a statement. You may be the first person who said it like that. Damn. Damn.
Is it ringing true now?
We were kind of always the enemy, me and my family. We were like the kind of like bastard family of wrestling. And Dusty, he always was an individual. He never really fit into the corporate structure. He did great there, and they really took care of him. But I think we were always kind of the enemy. I just maybe rattled the saber a little bit more and caused a bit more disruption. But hey, that's all good.
Well, now it all comes full circle at Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
With Dustin. There's been some talk. Is this a retirement match?
I would think this is his last match. I would think it is. Nah, it's not been stated. It's not. We're not putting some sort of like element like that on it, and because that's his decision and his world. And one of the big things about this match, though, is really now or never. People wanted this match at the time they wanted it. 3 years ago, I think 3 to 4 years ago
at WrestleMania.
Yeah, they wanted this match actually a lot more than I wanted it.
Oh wow!
Mainly because it was time for us to go our separate ways. We're solo acts, and we had a really great run as a team. And I love all that, but it was time for us to go our separate ways. And now as we got to this event and this kind of fell into place the way it did, there's so many elements of it that are real, and that's a really great thing to bring to the screen, and it beams across. But I would think this is his last match. But by no means does he have that pressure on him. He is getting older, and he's actually said himself he'd like to slow down, so we'll see.
When I tweeted out that I was going to be interviewing you, you retweeted it, so thank you for that.
Hell yeah, man. You retweet your friends.
Appreciate that.
All right? That's it. Yeah, that's the truth, though, man.
I like that.
Man, I check. You go to that verified followers, who's following.
Yeah,
man. Yeah. You gotta get your friends.
A lot of people were asking about Hangman. Is he still going to be part of Double or Nothing in some way?
So he's still full gear ready for sure. He had it in him all along. It was in there. He's still full gear ready. He won't be weighing in at StarCast. Instead, at StarCast, we're gonna have Sammy Guevara and Kip Sabian weigh in. But I think Hangman's I know for a fact he'll be in Vegas. He is doing StarCast, and he'll be at Double or Nothing. What he does there is a mystery.
Well, as we look ahead, how much TV have you guys planned out, written out? Like, are we talking 6 months, a year?
None. No. I'm kidding. Actually, we got a pretty good bearing on I'd say 6 months to a year, exactly that, because long form storytelling is good in every medium, whether it be the film, TV, whatever it may be. It's to know and to work backwards. We've got a good, what would I call it, like a syllabus? Outline?
Wow,
I want to say syllabus, though.
Ah, you're like a college professor.
Yeah, there's like a syllabus to what we're going to do. But one thing that Matt Jackson's really good about pointing out is some stuff just catches fire. And one thing we want to do differently than any other wrestling that's out there is you can't deny something when it catches. So if something catches, we're gonna push that. We're gonna promote that. If an individual catches, we're gonna push that. We're gonna promote that. And that all starts at Double or Nothing. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys on this show who are so talented, and if you cover the indie scene, you've been around it, you've probably seen some of them. But for people who are just jumping on board, maybe they heard Jim Ross was going to be part of the show, or Chris Jericho, and they're just jumping on board. I think they're going to really take away with some new favorites, men and women.
I think a lot of people are really hanging on to when you said there's no heels or faces anymore.
What a dumb thing to tweet. Wow.
Right?
What a dumb thing to tweet. I fixed it like 3 times too, and those tweets don't matter. The one matters. I didn't mean the constructs of bad guys and good guys goes away. They exist in every form of storytelling. What I meant was, there's this you almost have to be a wrestler to understand, and that's the worst thing to tell somebody, but there's this dated outlook on heels, not even baby faces, just heels, where we can't turn the clock back. Bully Ray is a great example of someone who, really tries to be a heel, but also, if I Google Bully Ray, there's an image of him holding a cat at the Humane Society because he's a great person and likes animals, and he's also a radio host on Busted Open. So it was more of a play on some of these young idiot wrestlers that are, I don't sign autographs because I'm a heel. Like, it's just, you don't even know what a heel is. You're not really a heel or a babyface until you're into your run, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Should I have tweeted that? Absolutely not, because even my explanation now doesn't make sense to people. Good guys, bad guys, we'll have all that. I just don't use the terms. And believe me, everyone around me, also, they use the terms, so I still get it. I get it. I know what it is. I know what they're supposed to be. Nobody likes good guy, bad guy, or I say protagonist and antagonist. And I can see everyone.
Very Spielberg-esque of you.
You can hear, you literally, when I say it, you can feel people rolling their eyes. Like, oh, fuck, here he is.
I don't know how much you can talk about the wins and losses mattering, but there's obviously a lot of question marks around that. Does that mean that we're going to see a win-loss record? Will that, go into whether someone's the number one contender? How's that going to work?
Well, so one of the things that Tony really brought on board was kind of the analytical outlook on wrestling, and he's covered it. He's been such a fan, such a hardcore fan of the business. Wins and losses matter in any competitive sport. If that makes, I think that makes perfect sense. They matter in any competitive sport. Now, what we are isn't just sports; it's also entertainment. It's this whole other thing. It's pro wrestling, but the concept of guys wanting to win matches and women wanting to win matches because that's who gets paid more, and that is actually real, isn't that confusing. So when you look at the fact that wins and losses will matter, and you ask about records, we really want to take a deep dive. And Tony has, he does it for baseball, he does it for football, he does it for all these sports with his outlook on analytics and by the numbers. And I think that's a really cool concept. When I read the press release that we put out for Warner Media coming to TNT, I felt like it was almost like Trek babble. It came across as something that I think people got hung up on. Really, it's just wins and losses will matter. There's not going to be 50-50 booking, and it's when you commit to something or somebody, we're going to go forward with that. I'm only more vague. I'm getting more vague as we go.
I appreciated that, though. How are you going to be able to balance being an executive in the company?
I'm not.
But also being a worker in the ring?
I'm not. One of the things is going to take over.
Right.
So I have just my wrestling ego has really gotten in check. I feel like I have a real good open mind. I'm 100% aware of like, oh, that's a self-serving. I'm aware of it. The other side of things, I'm enjoying the executive side so much. It sounds so strange, but like the idea that I have an office and my poor assistant,
and you have an assistant.
Oh yeah. What's
his name?
It's a real deal. Oh, he would be terrified. His name is Michael Quillari. He's not technically my assistant. He's an associate producer.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
But he's my assistant. But he's the best, and to be able to have somebody like that with you and be able to talk and plan and then get with Tony and talk and plan, and I don't know what it is, but I'm just obsessed with writing emails and the organizational aspect of this, maybe because I never had a job. I was just always a wrestler, and now I have a job, and to be able to talk with Keith Mitchell, executive producer Keith Mitchell, and go back and forth there. That stuff really excites me, and it scares me how much it excites me, because at the end of the day, what I'll be judged by is actually my bell-to-bell in ring. Yep. So right now I've balanced it, but we've had 6 months to prepare for one show. When we go to week, that will really be the challenge. But I'm young. We don't have children yet. We just have the dogs. I think I can do it.
You could have been the best executive for the last 6 months. No one would know this, though, because they see.
I have been.
Of course you have been.
Yeah.
But all they would see, though, is what we're going to see on Saturday.
Yeah, and then my mom, who's just like really mean, but beautiful, wonderful woman, but she's like really stern about the industry. She's actually always like, oh, you're only as good as your last match. And that is the truth. Like that's what they remember, the last outing you had. And she'll be watching on Saturday, and I can't screw it up because she'll let me know.
Have you popped your mom yet? I know it's very hard to get her to.
I got her at All In.
Okay.
She hasn't watched anything since. Sent her every link to Culture City. Brandy got this. They got a partnership with Culture City, which Double or Nothing is the first sensory inclusive show ever. So autism, PTSD, people with sensory, ailments, to be able to provide them a cheat sheet and headphones and glasses. They get their bags from Culture City, which is, the people at Culture City are unbelievable. And they do this for concerts and different sporting events, and now to be able to do it for wrestling. And they have a room that people can go to. I just visited the one in the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Just awesome. But that was something my mom was really, I think, proud of, the fact that her daughter-in-law had accrued that partnership, and that's the last pop I think we got from her.
Since you were part of the announcement on January 1st, what's been the one question that people keep asking or tweeting you?
Oh, since the first part?
Like since we realized AEW is a company, what's been the biggest thing?
Oh, it goes back and forth. It's usually talent based.
Oh yes.
Because now every talent ever, you're recommended them. And you can't, because then you would be in another situation like another wrestling company is now, where they have all the talent in the world and they don't have the time, even though they should. But if that makes any sense, there's so much. So that's
what name do you get asked about the most?
It depends on the day.
Yeah.
So like the last few weeks, Sasha Banks has been a lot of Sasha Banks. In the early stages, a lot of CM Punk. Mm-hmm. If Randy ever likes a tweet of mine, a lot of Randy. Randy's the best, man.
They don't realize.
I think Randy just likes that stuff just to stir stuff up, which is great, because he's the best, dude. He's earned that.
They don't realize that you guys could be friends, possibly.
Well, that's the other thing. That's like the coolest part about this, is the element of recruitment isn't like recruitment anywhere else. The boys in the industry, and that includes the women, so we'll just say the girls, the boys, the girls, the locker room has now banded together more than ever. They've banded together because it's not just this. I hate saying this, but there's it's okay to have corporate individuals involved with wrestling. I totally understand. They bring an acumen and skill set to the business that the wrestlers and the cowboys and pirates that we don't have. But when you have too many and it becomes overwhelming, when they're sitting up in first class and the Cesaro's walking to the back of the plane, that stuff's unacceptable. Mm-hmm. And I forget, what was his name, George Barrios, who shows up at like 2 WWE events a year and he shakes your hand. He ain't taking a single bump. How are you getting paid millions of dollars? It just, this is a terrible thing that I'm bringing up. And I don't mean anything. I'm just saying that it's great to see the locker room come together. Matt Jackson always was really big on the locker room, and that was something I learned from him and I like. And, there is no recruitment anymore. We're all friends. We know each other, just like they did in the late 90s when they knew each other. And the rising tide and the competitive nature of this, it should be good for everybody in wrestling.
All right, I want to be respectful of your time.
I'm sorry, George, by the way. We never had any heat. I just didn't see you at the live events a lot.
People are very interested whether there's going to be pyro or not at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, there is.
There we go.
Yeah, but so you say that, and I don't run a pyro company, so I haven't seen the rehearsals.
Well, any pyro is better than no pyro.
Honestly, it's got to be big pyro, because if you do like sparklers, which are cool, but if you do those, it's like you want rockets. You want like the big mortar bang that scares you to death. You want the big stuff. So we'll find out. I'll be probably this evening, because I'm gonna go over there this evening, and I'll see if they can blow something up for me.
So we've seen the card. I'm excited. I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Are we in store for some surprises too?
I think what we have ready to go is the best wrestling show ever. I really do. It's a wrestling show by wrestlers for the fans. It's 100% fan service. It wouldn't be that if there weren't surprises.
There you go. Cody Rhodes.
Hell yeah, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sorry, George.
There's the view we talked about. If I touch it here.
Look at it. Take it in.
Yeah, look at that.
Take it in. I got the best view at the NFL owners meeting.
You should be an NFL owner.
Maybe, I don't know. It seems very stressful.
Thank you for taking the time to do this.
Oh, hell yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys for watching this. If you don't already, please subscribe as we enjoy the view here. Saturday, Double or Nothing. Then we got AEW TV coming in the fall, TNT. This is an exciting time to be a pro wrestling fan.
Yeah, Saturday, Double or Nothing. Very exciting time. Pay-per-view, Bleacher Report Live, Fight internationally, ITV. Check it out. I've been saying this for a while, but Saturday is kind of like a line in the sand. There's going to be this is going to make history. May 25th is going to be like, before that is pre-AEW, and after that is everything that came after. So I'll want to talk to you after Saturday. Okay. So hopefully we actually made history, because that would be the best. Of course you will. I hope you're right. Isn't that the goal? Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you, man. And thank you.